he was a total different person. I've never seen that. I mean, that's one thing people put makeup on. It's one thing. He is the person they made him up to be.
Al Pacino is an actor and filmmaker from the United States. He's garnered countless awards over the course of his 5-decade career, including an Academy Award, 2 Tony Awards, and 2 Primetime Emmy Awards, making him one of the few actors to obtain the Triple Crown of acting. He's also received the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences Life Achievement Award, the Cecil B. DeMille Award, and the National Medal of Arts. Pacino's film debut occurred at the age of 29 with a minor role in Me, Natalie. He was a method actor and former student of the HB Studio and the Actors Studio, where he was instructed by Charles Laughton and Lee Strasberg.
Yeah, just bow. You've made my day. I want to go do this film now. I want to work. Oh my God, it was inspiring.
If you enjoy these videos, please remember to hit the like button, as it does help us out a lot. And comment below who your favorite celebrity is that you'd love to see in an upcoming video. His full name is Alfredo James Pacino, but is also known as Al Pacino. He was born April 25, 1940 in New York City, making him 81 at the time of this production. He stands 5 feet 6 inches tall. He likes music and is a huge fan of the opera. He's also a great fan of baseball. He wanted to be a baseball player, but his mother didn't let him become one. At this time, he left the house and started smoking and drinking. When asked about what he does in his spare time, he looked faintly puzzled and said, "I don't have any hobbies. Every time I get the urge to have a hobby, I lie down until it passes." "What is a hobby anyway? Something you do a lot of?" He stopped and smiled. "Maybe work's my hobby," he concluded happily. Al Pacino's never been married, though he does have 3 children. His oldest child, a daughter, came from a relationship with acting coach Jan Tarrant. He then had twins, a boy and a girl, with actress Beverly D'Angelo. Al and Beverly dated from 1996 to 2003. He was in a 10-year relationship with actress Lucilla Pollock from 2008 to 2018.
A kind of energy and drama and humor, and it makes it. He's a great filmmaker.
Al Pacino was born Alfredo James Pacino in East Harlem, Manhattan. Pacino's parents divorced when he was 2 years old. Subsequently, Al and his mother moved in with his grandparents in the Bronx. His grandparents were Italian immigrants who coincidentally came from Corleone, Sicily. Al's father, who was born in San Fratello, Sicily, moved to Covino, California during Al's childhood. Pacino did not enjoy school. He attended Herman Ritter Junior High School but dropped out of most classes, minus English. He then auditioned for and was accepted into the High School of Performing Arts. His mother was furious at this decision, and after an argument, Al moved out on his own. He supported himself outside of school with a series of odd jobs, including working as a janitor, messenger, and a busboy. Al acted anywhere he could during this time period. He was also frequently unemployed and homeless. He performed in basement plays in New York City's Theater Underground. He auditioned for acting companies but was largely rejected. He was eventually accepted into HB Studio, where the teacher, Charlie Laughton, took Al under his wing and became a mentor/best friend. After 4 years with HB Studio, he auditioned and was finally accepted into the Actors Studio, an organization of the country's top professional actors, playwrights, and theater directors. He studied method acting under famed coach Lee Strasberg. In 1967, Al worked for a season at a playhouse in Boston, performing in a play called Awake and Sing. He earned a then career-high $125 per week for the role. In 1968, he starred in Israel Horovitz's, father of Beastie Boys' Adam Horovitz, play The Indian Wants the Bronx. The play ran for 177 performances. Entertainment manager Martin Bergman saw the play and was so impressed by Pacino's performance that he signed the up-and-coming actor on the spot, securing a relationship that would last many fruitful years. It was Bergman who would later pressure Pacino to accept roles in The Godfather, Serpico, and Dog Day Afternoon, which cemented his standing as one of the best actors in the world. Al made his film debut in 1969 in the film Me, Natalie. He would soon follow it up with the Panic in Needle Park. This gained him enough attention that Francis Ford Coppola cast him in the role of Michael Corleone in The Godfather. The part would produce Al's first Oscar nomination. Pacino would go on to star in such classics as Serpico and Justice for All, Dog Day Afternoon, and The Godfather Part 2. Years later, he'd also star in The Godfather Part 3. The 1980s were somewhat less productive for Pacino, though in 1983 he would star as Tony Montana in Scarface. Despite being critically panned, the movie was a box office success and would go on to become one of Pacino's most memorable and iconic roles.
A kind of feeling of reaching the heights and then how things change, how they manifest.
Al earned $35,000 for his role in the first Godfather in 1972. That's the same as around $215,000 today, after adjusting for inflation. For the second Godfather, his salary was up to $500,000, which is the same as $2.6 million in today's dollars. More importantly, he earned 10% of the film's gross after breakdown, which over time would translate into tens of millions in bonus earnings. For the third installment, Al demanded $7 million plus a percentage of gross receipts before costs. Francis Ford Coppola refused and even threatened to make the opening scene of a third movie, Michael Corleone's Funeral. Al eventually accepted a flat $5 million. Pacino earned $1.5 million for 1992's Glengarry Glen Ross and $6 million for 1993's Carlito's Way. By the mid-1990s, he was earning a consistent $10 million plus per movie, no matter how big or small. For example, he earned $11 million for 2002's Simone, a relative bomb in his career. Al has a multi-year ongoing deal with HBO that guarantees him a flat payday of $10 million for any feature film he stars in for the network. So far, 3 films have been produced through his deal: You Don't Know Jack, Paterno, and Phil Spector. Al Pacino, along with Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci, each earned a reported $20 million to appear in Martin Scorsese's 2019 Netflix drama The Irishman. Those 3 salaries alone took up little under half of the film's total budget. It's a career-high salary, before back-end royalties, for all 3 actors. Al's net worth is estimated to be $120 million. He currently lives in Beverly Hills, California, and New York City. His Beverly Hills residence for the last 10-plus years has been a mansion which he actually rents. When he first moved in, the home was owned by the late novelist Jackie Collins. In 2016, Jackie's estate sold the home and the house next door for a total of $30 million, though Pacino has been able to remain a renter. Pacino has long owned a large property in the town of Palisades, New York. He's also at times owned properties in New York City, but has also chosen to rent there in recent years. Apparently, he's more of the renting type. Cars you'll find in Al Pacino's garage include an LX 570, a Lexus GX 470, a Range Rover, and an SUV.